Continuing coverage now of the quadruple murder in Guilderland. Mental health professionals are standing by to offer their assistance to a grieving community. Jennifer Mullen explains why some are offering assistance to the scene's first responders.
There are still many unanswered questions. Why did this happen? How did this happen? Who is responsible? Despite closure, a local community attempts to move forward. But it's a more difficult task for the first responders that may never be able to shake the horrific picture this heinous act has now painted in their lives.
You try to help people put it into a kind of a perspective that allows them to manage. This is not a daily event. This is not your family. This is not somebody who is immediately related to you.
But somehow they still feel responsible. They still ask themselves if there is anything else they could have done. And when it involves children, it almost always hits home.
You know, I can't tell you how many times, and it's been a number of times, where I've had a firefighter or a policeman or even a military person say, when I saw that, all I could think of was my kids.
Dr. Rudy NyDegger tells CBS 6 people are starting to recognize the importance of early psychological intervention. He also says reactions to crime scenes like this varies. It's similar for first responders in urban areas and first responders who are older.
If you've seen it more than once, it may have less of an immediate horrific impact, but no normal person really gets used to that kind of carnage.
Gender also plays a role.
Men are more likely to try to avoid it. Women are more likely to display emotional reactions to it first.
And it's the women who tend to have a more healthier response.
I think the most important thing is you don't avoid dealing with it.
Dr. NyDegger says it's important for first responders especially to understand that PTSD caused by situations like this rarely requires long-term treatment.
Usually there are some things that we can do fairly immediately that might help the person deal more effectively. And over time it becomes a bad memory, but it's not a daily traumatic thing to live through.
Jennifer Mullen, CBS 6 News.
District Attorney David Soares tells CBS 6 there are no updates in the case and no arrests so far. Police are asking anyone who was in the area Wednesday and saw anything suspicious to come forward. They set up this special tip line to have everyone call. It's 800-GIVE-TIP. Another option is to send an email to crimetiп@nysic.ny.gov. We have all this listed on our website, cbs6albany.com.